Hello everybody, I'm Wimmer's Blue, and crazy thing, it didn't take 5 years. Yeah, but I noticed something playing Terraria, in that its mana is a pretty complicated system with like a lot of items going for it and a lot of things, but it's only really used by one class. I mean, you kind of have summons using mana, but that doesn't really matter at all to summoners. So I thought it would be like a really cool thing if I had so that every class uses mana on their weapons. I originally had it with the tools as well, but it got kind of insufferable early game because you had no mana, so you could break like 3 blocks and then you'd have to wait 10 minutes. It was horrible. Yeah, onto the breakdown. As you can see here, the copper short sword does 6 melee damage, and so it uses 2 mana. That is because of how I have it, where it is the item's damage divided by 4 for most weapons. You can also see here with the rich mahogany sword, 8 melee damage, 2 mana. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And you can see it also works with non-melee weapons and also with modded weapons because of how the system that I have it. And the problem with this system is that some magic items, as you can see here, also increase your mana, which would make magic items just be really overpowered. So what I decided to do was to change how magic items had their mana scaled with their damage, to where it instead does half. You see here, Wanda Sparking, 14 damage, 2 mana. And it also works the same with modded items. But then there's the problem of endgame weapons only being usable for a short amount of time. So to combat that, I added 3 new upgrade items. You have your Ancient Scroll, your Mana Fruit, and I had to name it Mana Fruit because Starfruit was already taken as an item name, and your Nebula Star. Don't ask what a Nebula Star is, I got lazy at that point. And I made all of them craftable at various places with various items relating to their point in progression. With the Ancient Scroll needing bones, which technically means you can get it anytime, but it's supposed to be post-Skeletron. The Ancient Scroll takes it from 200 to 400, the Mana Fruit takes it from 400 to 600, and the Nebula Star takes it from 600 to 800. The only problem is that it starts going off screen at that point. But with this system, it makes it so that you're able to use endgame weapons at all. And it also... But another problem arises when you decide to use endgame magic items, because their mana is half of their damage, and they have a lot of damage. See, with the last prism, you can't really use it at all, which kinda sucks, but it'd be impossible to fix that realistically. And I also wanted to add a little extra flair to Master Mode, so I decided to make it so that on Master Mode, all weapons have 2 times the amount of mana, which means normal weapons use half mana, and magic weapons use all of the damage for their mana, which means you can't even begin to start the last prism. Thankfully. God, I hate that item. And also, I did make it so that healing items, like the potions, also use mana. Don't know why, but it was just something fun that I wanted to add. With all that said, let's go into the future. Not literally, but let's talk about the future. Basically, I want to have, the next couple videos I make about Terraria, be about this one mod that I just create and I experiment with just making Terraria mods, and hopefully it goes well and I can release it. It would be really cool. But that's all for now. I'm working on the next update as we speak. I've been Wimwhere's Blue, and you have been the Watcher.